Well, when we look at health tips for the general population, I think moderation is the key. We hear that word often used, or it's often used as a buzzword, whether it be strength training, whether it be, aerobic exercise on a treadmill, a Stairmaster. I think both modes of exercise are important and useful, and I think both should be used, and of course in moderation. It's unrealistic to expect to go train 1 week for the Scranton Steamtown Marathon. However, over a gradual time, one can progress, appropriately and then improve their aerobic endurance and cardiovascular fitness. The other important thing is nutrition. So while shows like The Biggest Loser often, look at exercise regimens and these people working to the point at which they're vomiting, and they also do focus on the diet, I think sometimes people lose focus that diet is a very important aspect, if not, and likely the most important aspect in losing weight. For instance, it will take you approximately 10 minutes on a aerobic exercise such as treadmill running to lose 100 calories. You can consume over 1,000 calories in much less than a minute. So if you look at the total time it takes to lose that weight or avoid those empty calories, avoiding the hamburger is much easier than running on that treadmill for a day. In terms of marathon running and exercise, training, I think people have to keep in mind that while these things are good and they can improve one's health, moderation is another key word to consider with that. So when we look at people who run marathons or may run 10 miles per day, that type of volume is just too much for anyone to endure. Now, while some people may be able to do it and somehow hold off injury, the average individual is unlikely to be able to maintain that type of intensity. The same goes for weight training. Those who wish to engage in weight training should start with, lower levels of intensity and then increase that intensity. But that too should have a ceiling whereby they're only exercising maybe 2 or 3 times per week with heavy resistance training. Anything more than that, then one is at risk for developing overtraining, and then injuries may result from that. So I think it's very important to look at the progression of one's exercise program and not try to do too much or lose too much weight or gain too much strength in such a short period of time.